Hello, I'm Azita Qadri and I'm the founder of Eat Your Cake, a job sharing agency for professionals. In order to give you a better understanding of what job sharing is, I've asked my sister Sasha, who's a journalist, to interview me on the subject. She's going to ask the questions that you really want to know the answers to.
So Az, tell me, why would an organisation want to introduce job sharing?
But it's a fantastic way to retain professional talent in your business. Therefore, it saves you a lot of recruitment and retraining costs, and a pair of job sharers are 30% more productive than a full-time person.
How exactly does job sharing work?
Well, let's take a real example. Bennett is a marketing manager in a technology firm. Bennett's a strong performer, he's a full-timer, but he decides he wants to train for the marathon and he doesn't want to work full-time for perhaps a period of time, a number of years. The best way for his manager to cope in this situation, given that it's a 5-day-a-week role, is to introduce a second person as Bennett's job share partner. So Bennett cuts back to 3 days, his partner covers the rest of the week and they overlap for half a day. And the company doesn't lose Bennett and the two job sharers do a fantastic job of that marketing manager role.
Now you mentioned there Bennett, who works in technology, but what other functions or roles does job sharing work for?
It can work in all the functions. The key thing is whether the role is one where the person performing it has a lot of control over their time and whether they're proactive in the role. A very reactive role is difficult to job share. So a proactive role where you can define what the medium-term objectives are of the role, that can be job shared extremely well.
Okay, so I understand about job sharing, but how exactly does Eat Your Cake help?
Eat Your Cake does 3 things for clients. The first thing is to supply job share candidates. The second is to provide training, and thirdly consultancy, all on the subject of job sharing. I'd like to talk a bit more about the first because that's our main line of business. Let's go back to the example of Bennett. We would come into the firm, meet Bennett and his line manager and make sure that they're both on board with the idea of job sharing. Then we'd assess Bennett's role and decide whether or not it's suitable for a job share. Having talked to Bennett, we'd know some of his strengths and weaknesses and we would introduce a couple of candidates that we thought would be really suitable for Bennett. If one of those candidates was right, they would join the company and then we'd keep in touch with Bennett, his line manager and the team that they are going to work with on a regular basis to make sure that all the communications between the job sharers and the team and the line manager get off the ground really smoothly. For the first 3 months, we will come in every month and make sure that if there are any problems, they're taken care of early because the start of the job share is really fundamental to its success.
So far, Azita, everything has been very positive, but come on, there must be something that you're not telling me. What is the business case for job sharing?
The most compelling point is that a pair of job sharers are 30% more productive than one full-time person. Add to that the fact that you have 2 brains versus 1 working on an area of the business or solving problems, and then all your costs are prorated, for example salary, national insurance and holiday, except health insurance and training. So it saves the company a lot in recruitment and retraining expenses and it's a no-brainer.
Now if I'm a small business but I don't need job sharers, I just need to hire some high calibre talent, can you help me there?
We certainly can. We have a large pool of high calibre professionals who are looking for challenging part-time roles. So if you need a part-time HR director or a marketing manager, we can definitely help you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sasha.